Soft glow. Audio by paper to audio. Soft glow. Morning came gently, and Sarah sat up slowly. The cool morning air whispered through the open blinds, bringing a sense of calm that she had been craving for days. In the kitchen, Sarah made coffee, sipping it slowly to warm herself from the inside out. Each sip seemed to bring a small measure of comfort. The office was quiet as Sarah arrived early, hoping for a head start. But the usual morning hustle and bustle felt muted today. The sound of colleagues chatting was distant, almost as if she had entered another world. Her mind kept wandering back to an argument with her best friend, Emily. Sarah walked into the conference room where Mr. Thompson called a team meeting. As she sat down, her heart raced with anxiety. The meeting focused on upcoming deadlines and responsibilities, but Sarah's mind was elsewhere. Mr. Thompson assigned additional tasks, including Sarah. She nodded along, trying to focus, but her thoughts kept drifting back to Emily. By the end of the meeting, she felt overwhelmed and burdened with extra work. The afternoon dragged on as Sarah worked furiously on the project. Time seemed to stretch out before her, each minute a battle against her own doubts and fears. Her hands trembled slightly as she typed, and her mind raced with thoughts of what could go wrong. Just as the deadline loomed closer, Sarah made a critical mistake. A crucial piece of data was entered incorrectly, causing her to panic further. She frantically tried to fix it, but realized she needed help from Emily. The thought of calling her friend again filled her with dread. Sarah managed to submit the project just before the deadline. Exhausted and relieved, she slumped in her chair, feeling the weight of the day settle around her like a heavy shroud. She decided it was time for some fresh air and walked out into the crisp evening air. The garden was Sarah's sanctuary, away from the chaos of work and daily stresses. As she stepped out onto the porch, the cool evening breeze felt like a balm to her frazzled nerves. She took a deep breath, letting the fresh air fill her lungs and clear her mind. In the garden, Sarah found herself walking through familiar paths with a sense of purpose. The usual sounds, birds chirping, leaves rustling, seemed more soothing today. She sat under the old oak tree, its branches offering shade from the fading light. Sarah took out a small journal and pen from her bag. She wrote down the note she had found earlier. Morning will come, and with it, everything. The simplicity of those words felt like a lifeline, grounding her in this moment of calm. She described how the light played on the flowers, how a butterfly landed gently on a flower. Each detail was a reminder that even amidst chaos, there is beauty and peace. Dinner was quiet as Sarah sat by the kitchen table. The usual routine of preparing food became more deliberate, each gesture infused with a sense of mindfulness. She noticed how the bread buttered itself gently onto the toast, feeling an unexpected warmth spread through her hands and into her heart. By evening, the stars began to appear, twinkling like tiny lights above her head. The world felt both vast and intimate at the same time. Sarah closed her eyes for a moment, feeling the weight of all these small revelations settling into her bones. Opening her eyes, she found herself smiling. She had no idea what tomorrow would bring, but right now, in this moment, everything felt exactly as it should be. Sarah decided to take a walk around the garden one last time before bed. The path was familiar, yet each step felt new and invigorating. She passed by the pond where she often sat to read or think. The water was calm, reflecting the starlight in a mirror-like surface. As Sarah stood there for a moment, the cool night breeze carried the scent of lilies, mingling with the earthy aroma of wet grass. She walked over to the old oak tree and rested her hand on its rough bark. The tree seemed to hum softly beneath her touch, as if sharing some ancient wisdom. Sarah closed her eyes, feeling a deep sense of peace wash over her. She knew she would face challenges tomorrow, but for now, this moment was enough. With one last look around the garden, Sarah turned towards her house. As she walked through the door, she felt the familiar embrace of her cozy living room. The lamp on the table cast warm light, and a soft hum came from the radio playing in the background, a lullaby she had played often when feeling anxious. She placed her journal down on the coffee table, noting that despite all the strange occurrences, she felt oddly at peace. Sarah took off her shoes and sank into the plush armchair by the window. The moonlight streamed through the curtains, casting a silvery glow across the room. For a moment, she just sat there, savoring the stillness. She realized that this day had been more than just a series of events. It was a journey inward, a reminder to trust in the beauty and complexity of life. Sarah allowed herself to let go of her doubts and fears, knowing that whatever tomorrow brought, she would face it with a heart full of hope and resilience. As she drifted off to sleep, the note from earlier still clutched tightly in her pocket, she felt an overwhelming sense of safety and belonging. The world outside continued its eternal cycle, but for Sarah, everything was different now, more vibrant, more real, and more full of meaning than ever before. You have reached the end of the text.